The missing report of 31-year-old Oswaldo Vasquez turned into tragedy this morning when his mangled body was found floating in the New River. After days of searching for the missing LICU employee, family members were notified of a badly decomposed body found behind BSI ASR with missing limbs. Vasquez was reported missing on Sunday after he reportedly wandered off somewhere in a bushy area near BSI ASR on Saturday night. With search efforts by family, friends, and colleagues ending in tragedy, an entire community is in mourning while a family is left with more questions than answers as to what really happened to Oswaldo on Saturday night. Norma Ruiz reports.
4 days after he vanished without a trace, today the body of 31-year-old Oswaldo Vasquez was found floating in the New River in an area behind the BSI ASR factory. Search efforts had been ongoing since Saturday night to locate Oswaldo after he went missing in this area here near BSI ASR in the community of Tower Hill sometime after 8. The details surrounding his disappearance are a bit unclear, as official reports are that he wandered off while at Shell gas station located in front of the BSI factory. From there, his wife, brother-in-law, and 2 young children attempted to follow him as he traversed along the access roads near the sugar mill. Somewhere in that vicinity, his family lost track of him and would not see him alive again. He was then seen by a security guard in the area who reportedly found his wallet and the phone he had along with him. Now, while that person had previously reported that he had no interaction with Vasquez, aside from stopping him from attempting to jump over the fence of a nearby building, a recording obtained by Oswaldo's family maps out a lengthy interaction between the two, where Oswaldo is heard asking for help to get home, while the male individual asks him for money. The recording is unclear in some areas, however, we will play a portion of that audio provided by family members.
¿Tienes corriente? ¿Ah? ¿Tienes corriente para llegar a mi casa? Bueno, no tengo corriente. Alumbra siempre que llegue a mi casa. No, ahí no puedes ir a ningún lado. Voy así, no puedes ir a ningún lado. Ahí todo un monte. De acá sí que voy a hacer. Nada. Nada, pues. Esperar hasta la mañana. Me van a esperar acá. Si voy así, después voy así. Siempre voy así. Uno monte. Alumbra así y voy a llegar a mi casa. Alumbra así, mijo. Por favor. Alumbra así porque llegué a mi casa. No me gusta. Mi esposa está así, alumbra así porque vaya así y después así. Por favor. Me tiene que pagar. Dice, voy a llegar con mi esposa. Quieren que pague.
After learning of that interaction between Oswaldo and the security guard, his wife, who had returned home to take her children, decided to call the phone once again. That is when the security guard answered, letting them know that Oswaldo was still with him in an area in front of LNR factory. That, however, was the last time anyone saw Oswaldo alive.
When the man answered, she said, well, when the phone got answered, she said, babe, where are you? So that we could go for you. And the man said, no, it's not your husband. The man told accordingly, this is now the security, the watchman that's in front of LNR, told her, no, it's not your husband. Your husband is here giving trouble, so come for him. And then she asked where, and the man told her it's in front of the LNR. And then my husband, my son, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law went into that vehicle immediately. They went out with the sole intention of picking up Oswaldo. When they reached there, the watchman told them he is no longer here. He went off, and then he stoned me with the phone and the wallet. And then they were like But how did he went up? He went by that road, I didn't saw him. So he said he went beside there and then he ended up to the back gate. But how? That's impossible. We were there searching. We were there with tennis, with long pants, and it was impossible for us to go through the side where he said he went, because that side is full of branches and prickle. He would have stumbled immediately. Any drunken person would have stumbled immediately. Now, yet from that day, we had that night, my husband and the four that went out to pick him up, they searched that area, and they didn't come home till 2 in the morning searching. My sister-in-law and my mother-in-law stayed at their home, and my husband and my son came back. I told him, you know what, don't worry. He must have fallen asleep somewhere, and by 6, 7 in the morning, when the sun's up, he will find his home, because he's never sleeping out of his home. My sister-in-law called my husband, you know what, Cham, Oswaldo no come home, he no come home, and she started crying. So he got up immediately. He told me, you know what, he didn't come home. I told him, I tell her, let's go search. I tell her, no, go check. I tell her like that, maybe he's still asleep, and then the sun done hot, and people they drink, they will get dehydrated. I tell her like that. So my son, him, the same four again went out searching. Right now, this time they also went out on the area again. Then my sister-in-law went about asking others about, you know, if he was at their home or so forth, friends, calling friends and so forth, if by chance he went there, but that yielded no results.
The recording, along with other evidence gathered by the family, was given to police on Sunday, while the search continued but proved futile until this morning, when their worst fears were confirmed.
I heard the recording and so forth, and I told her that, and this is not correct, because how in the world will you come and this man will give you this wallet and this phone, and he will tell you he went behind the bushes? If anybody that is speculating things that are not like that, I ask them to come at that spot and go around in that bushes to let them see and feel the way we are feeling right now and what we are thinking. Because it's common sense that he wouldn't have gone through there. And if he had went there, he would have got hurt and stayed there. You understand me? So now we continue the search, and bam, we went to the police station. They did their report and so forth, and we came back. And then we continue searching, because the search, we did not give up. We search all. When we reach home, it's almost 7 when it's dark, but we are there searching. Today, we decide that we will go again, but we will take a different route. We will go all the way back by Chanpai Ridge, where the man live and so forth, and stuff like that. And we went there. But when we went there, we had a gentleman that works in BDF, I believe, and then he got a call, and he said that a tour guide was on his way to Lamanai with some tourists, and he said that there's a body on the water behind BSI. But what I see, he has a big opening to the side here, right? And I believe if a crocodile was eating him, he wouldn't have a big split here, you know? And then he, like, one of his hand, like, he had only this piece here, only from the shoulder here to, like, the elbow, only that was there. The face was actually gone, only the skull was, like, set to the back. And it's a really horrible sight, you know, to find a person we cared for, a person that is familiar with us in a condition like that.
Oswaldo's body was confirmed to have several missing limbs. Now, while a post-mortem examination is being awaited, his family suspects foul play.
I actually do believe that he was chanced out of his life. Because if they wouldn't have chanced him, he would have found his home. Because Oswaldo is a person, is a family man. Oswaldo loves my little sister. We here, we really care for Oswaldo because he's a family, like I said, right? And to the person that did this to my brother-in-law, may God be your judge, and one of these days, all of us have our day coming. How did he reach there? Huh? If you are drunk and you're in the bushes, to me, the way he was coming, he would have walked on the roadside, and when they went and circled, they would have found him either on that old road walking, they would have found him on the highway coming to Orange Walk, but they did not find him there. You understand? So his life was taken, and the evidence that we provide, I have the recording. It did not sound clear. So the phone that had it clear, I took it and I put it and I voice recorded. Now I can hear it clear. And I know that it has to be something like this, because this man in all occasion, he did not even know that we had that recording.
As the family now contends with the death of their loved one, they are asking for justice from authorities.
Yes, he was with my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, but they were not the last ones to see him, right? And they were also with the children. So police need to do their part and really investigate and get down to the point of this, because we need justice for Oswaldo. Oswaldo is a loving husband. Oswaldo is a kind man, and he does everything for his family. Oswaldo had nothing. Oswaldo managed to get ahead in life without the help of anyone, for the sake of his family and the sake of his children. And that you could ask any of his children about him, and they would tell you he has no problem with any one of us, with anyone. He has no problem with anyone. So what they really took chance of him, and we really need the police to get down, do their part now. Hopefully they will do their part now, because from day one they hadn't been doing their part. Even though we told them about certain evidence, we told them about things, they didn't do their part. So hopefully now they do something for us to have justice for him.
Results of a post-mortem examination is expected to be concluded sometime in the coming days. Reporting for CTV3 News, Norma Ruiz.
As mentioned, the badly mangled body of who is believed to be 31-year-old Oswaldo Vasquez was found this morning floating in the New River. The body of the La Inmaculada Credit Union employee was in an advanced state of decomposition and was missing several limbs, including one of his arms. As investigations into Oswaldo's death advances, police do not suspect foul play, says Commissioner of Police Chester Williams.
The lifeless body was found floating in the river. I believe they were saying that certain parts of the limbs were missing. It would appear that he had been eaten by crocodile or some animal. And so the body was retrieved from the water and was taken to the medical school on Boom Road, where a post-mortem is going to be conducted.
Is there any indication that those marks may actually be chop wounds?
At this time, no. We still don't suspect foul play. We'll have to wait until after the post-mortem is completed, and then we'll be able to have a definitive cause of death moving forward from there. We are grateful to BSI, who assisted us with boats and drones, and if it weren't for their assistance, I don't think we would have been where we are right now.
Can you confirm if anyone has been detained in connection with this in terms of more recent?
Like I said, we don't suspect foul play at this time, so we don't have anybody detained now.
So are you able to clarify if at no point the wife was detained along with the brother-in-law?
I don't think they were detained. They were simply at the police station, as would normally be the case, to answer questions and to give statements. At the end of the day, they were the last two who would have seen him alive. And in their statement, what they told the police, that they were behind the young man, trying to convince him to get back into the vehicle when he disappeared into the area. So, like I said, would normally be the case. They were taken to the police station so that police could have gotten a proper account from them in terms of what transpired leading up to the young man's disappearance.
Oswaldo had gone missing on Saturday, October 7th, after an outing with his wife and her brother, Ruben Sutherland. Lenny Vasquez told cops that Oswaldo had been drinking, and upon making a stop at gas station, decided to exit the vehicle, saying that he was going for a run. Reports say he ran up the road which leads to the BSI ASR factory. Upon reaching this intersection, he stopped for water before running off again, this time taking Sutherland's phone with him. He is said to have made his way down the access road which leads to the Guinea grass cutoff. While his wife says they made attempts to follow him, they lost sight of him after he jumped into some bushes. That was the last time he was seen by his family. Oswaldo's wallet along with his brother-in-law's phone were later found by a security guard in the area who reported that he may have seen the missing man attempting to climb the fence of a nearby building. While that is the statement given by Lenny, cops are looking at all angles, according to Campo Williams.
I'm sure that they're looking at that and other possibilities. I know that they're busy in the area likewise looking for surveillance cameras that may be able to aid the investigation.
And then there will be a toxicology, and what do you call that? Test done.
That is normally the case. The pathologists at the post-mortem stage will normally extract samples for toxicology testing.
While Williams did not say, we are told police are looking at one individual as a person of interest. The death of 31-year-old Oswaldo Vasquez has undoubtedly left a sense of gloom amongst the entire Orange Walk community. As it pertains to his work family at the La Inmaculada Credit Union here in Orange Walk, they have been left to mourn the death of a colleague described as one of a kind.
Oswaldo has been with us for 3 years now. He started in 2020. Was always somebody that will truly be missed by his colleagues. He's somebody that one can consider a jack of all trades, you can say. Very smart, intelligent guy, somebody that will never tell you no, somebody that is very resourceful, because we were even wondering, like, even if Oswaldo gets lost somewhere, he will find a way to get out, because he's somebody that knows the little tricks of the trade, right? He's somebody that, like I say, very helpful at work. Everybody truly loves him, appreciate him. He's somebody that will never get upset with you, but very helpful. And he was with us and helping us for different activities. You know, we did a lot of outreach activities. He's number one to say, you know, he wants to volunteer or he wants to be a part of it. He wants to see how he can make things better. Service to the members. He was our marketing officer, him and another one of his colleagues, Zenny Ramos. They both work very closely together. But very helpful, and he's like the go-to guy, somebody that you will ask for, you know, assistance, and he will be the first one to say, yes, I can assist you. What you need, and also very funny, he will crack a joke and you will laugh. Even if you're having a bad day, Ozzy, we call him Ozzy, de cariño, like we say in Spanish, and he will make you laugh. He will make your day so much better.
Since receiving the news of his disappearance over the weekend to today's tragic news, HR officer at LICU, Susana Castillo, says his colleagues have not left his family's side, aiding in search efforts, and now left with a deep sense of loss.
Well, the thing is that, well, I can speak from my experience. I was not in town when that happened. I was away. But we have a group chat, no, and we would keep, you know, updates for staff and things like that. We saw first, it was shared by one of our colleagues. And so we saw it and we said, well, I wonder what happened. You know, you're wondering, like, well, maybe it wasn't as serious as it seemed. Maybe it's just maybe one of those binges. You never know, no? People go on some binges and then they appear the next day. But then we started seeing it being shared on Facebook by his family members, by other people, more of our colleagues. Then the next day he wasn't found, and then it started becoming a bit serious, and we were saying, well, this is not just somebody that's maybe hurt or something has to have happened, no? And so immediately my manager mobilized some of our members, well, some of our staff, and some of them on their own, no, said that they wanted to come together to see how we can assist as best as we could. I personally cut my trip a bit short because I wanted to see how best I could assist, you know, and because he's the type of person that you do want to assist him, you want to find a way to help him and find him alive, and that's what we wanted for him to be alive, because we couldn't have Ozzy die on us. Right, that's the definite no. I tell my manager, we're like beside ourselves, in shock, all of this. So when we saw the days rolling by, we said, now it's definitely we're looking for a body. We're definitely, it's so bleak, that the chances are that we would find him alive. And so we were keeping close contact with his dad, with his other family members, and got contact information from them for them to keep us updated with whatever. But it was a very confusing situation for all of us. I imagine his family, his close relatives, even for us at the office, it was very somber. We were just like zombies in the office trying to focus, and we can't because his presence is very much missed, and the silence was so like deafening for us because he's somebody that would, immediately like, Manning, Miss Susie or Manning, he would come into the office and crack a joke or something, and then you have to laugh, right?